Good morning, everyone. Today it is the 1st of September and officially the start of spring in Australia. Every year I've seen so many miracles unfold when the spring arrives. Spring is a sign of hope for all of us. And it tells us no matter how long the winter, it does not last forever. And the spring can never be stopped. This story is about the hope that comes from gardening, hope that the spring brings each year. This is a book, The Secret Garden. The first time I read it, I was in high school in India, and it was the abridged version. Somebody gifted it to me again. In Australia, an Australian friend, her name was Mary, and the protagonist of this story is Mary as well. The story I want to tell you is about a garden that someone built for me, just like Mary, the protagonist of this story, built for the boy named Colin when he was very sick. We were living in a small regional area known as Bundaberg in Queensland, in a small unit. And a special thing about our unit was that where our unit ended, it was the end of the road. So we had a lot of space outside our house, which was just empty. That's where an Australian friend I made built a garden for me when I was very sick. So I was so sick I couldn't get out of my bed. I could just look out the window, and every day I just saw her smiling and giving water, and she would just wave at me, and I didn't even know her yet. I knew she was my neighbor. She had just welcomed me when I had arrived in that unit, but we were not really close friends yet. And one day I just came out and asked her what she was doing, and she smiled. She said, I'm creating a garden for you because I know you are sick and you need healing, and gardens can heal the soul, and they can heal the bodies, and they can heal the mind. And she said, just kept talking about healing. And it brought a big smile to my face. And then she told me that she was a shaman. She was from the Navajo tribe, the American Indian tribe, the Navajo tribe, and she was a black feather as a healer, as a shaman. Her aura and her eyes, they were like full of hope. And she said, gardens heal us. And this garden is going to heal you, and I'm going to water this garden every day for you. And when the flowers grow, you will see something blossoming inside you. And when I look back at my journal, it was the month of August when I was very sick. And the time she was growing that garden was almost the beginning of spring. So in my diary, where I have written her name and about her and this incident, it is dated the first week of September, when I'm mentioning that she's growing a garden for me. And when I looked back, many years back, I realized that whenever spring comes, something happens, something that transforms you. Just like the earth is getting transformed from the winter into something new. Just like in The Secret Garden, how a young girl, she was, I think, 10 years old or 12 years old, and how she was able to grow a secret garden along with her two other young friends, Colin and Dickon, and they together created a place for healing and a place for growing magic. And this book was presented to me in 2016 by an Australian friend when I was doing a course here. So I would like to now read out a few passages from this book that really brought out that magic in my life. And I hope after listening to my story, it brings some magic into your life as well.
Of course, there must be lots of magic in the world, he said wisely one day. But people don't know what it is like or how to make it happen. Perhaps the beginning is just to say nice things are going to happen until you make them happen. I'm going to try an experiment. If you keep doing it every day, as regularly as soldiers go through drill, we shall see what will happen and find out if the experiment succeeds. You learn things by saying them over and over and thinking about them until they stay in your mind forever. And I think it will be the same with magic. If you keep calling it to come to you and help you, it will get to be part of you and it will stay and do things. I once heard an officer in India tell my mother that there were fakirs who said words over and over thousands of times, said Mary. The sun is shining. The sun is shining. That is the magic. The flowers are growing. The roots are stirring. That is the magic. Being alive is the magic. Being strong is the magic. The magic is in me. The magic is in me. It is in me. It is in me. It's in every one of us. The magic of growing a garden in the magical month of spring brought more magic, healing all of us who believed in it. But it was also a time for new leaves, new skies, and saying goodbyes. We left Queensland in October 2008 after my husband got an excellent job offer to work in Torquay, a regional town in Victoria. Before we left, Jane shared with me many of her insights, stories, and secrets she gathered as a keeper of ancient healing knowledge.